Hey there, welcome back to Other Roads Travelled by Nathan's Garage. Yes, we're still fixing the new stuff. So, we just did the cam cover gasket on the Saab. We're getting it ready for sale. We need to free up some funds to buy some more trucks. So now we're on to rear bumper, and obviously after, it's an '03, so it's now 2016, so 13 years of Los Angeles parking garages, etc, etc. She acquired a few nicks and dings on the old rear end. So today we are cleaning up a rear end. Never thought I'd say that on TV. Okay, so we have started with a dual action sander with a DA, and I think I have 300s on it, 300 grit sandpaper, and I'm mixing it with water. I know I'm not supposed to because it's an electrical DA, so I could get electrocuted and die, but it makes the paper go so much further. So we've been DAing the deeper stuff with like 300s, just working our way around, and then we will scuff up with probably like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8s. So we want to scuff everything so nothing is shiny, and then the new paint has something to key to. I wanted to get the best match possible, which I found online. I didn't want to pay $25 or $30 a tin. I don't have a compressor or a paint gun or anything like that, so we're out of aerosols. Found the best colour was a 0508 Chevy colour in Jupiter colour. Now it's not a plastic paint. I couldn't get a plastic paint in that colour, it's a normal paint. So I bought adhesion promoter, plastic primer and a clear coat to go over it. So I'm hoping all those together are going to hold the paint on. It's going to be the same colour and it's going to look great for a long time. Let's get on. So you can see the difference between the scuff part and the shiny part. You can see right there, super shiny. The paint won't stick to that. That's dull, it'll stick to that. And coming around to the imperfections, you've got scratches like that. I'm not using plastic filler, it's not going to be perfect. I just want to take a lot, about 80% of the imperfections out by taking the surface off, if you know what I mean, all around here. Those gouges from 13 years of putting stuff in the trunk. So all the silver paint has been flatted, it's all dull, and all the black parts are where gouges and stuff have been ground down, sanded down, so they are less of an imperfection. Been taped off. It's a little windy today, but time is pressing, so gotta get it done. Just untaped her. She's still tacky, but tell you what, I'm quite impressed with the colour match. I really am. Once it dries off in a couple of days, I'll get it out and do another short video. But I tell you what, it is pretty much bang on. So you can see a few imperfections in the bumper where I've, gone into the whatever the plastic is that this bumper is, and it gets a little furry. I tried to feather it out with really fine sandpaper, but it doesn't really work, so it's just one of those things. It's not perfect, so this was basically what I used. So cleaned up with acetone, plastic primered the parts that had gone through the paint, did everything with adhesion promoter, then used the Jupiter Color Perfect Match. It's a GM color and it is BGM 0508 Ultra Silver Metallic, and then finished off with the Jupiter Color Clear Coat, which was good for plastics. So there you go, there's the team, and there's the finish. I did actually get one of these fancy trigger things that sits on top of the can, and I can honestly say the Shore-built one is absolute crap and a complete waste of time. I'm quite sure other ones may work, but Shore-built, fail, in the trash. So after redoing the rear bumper, it was onto the front bumper, and I've been searching around the scrap yards for good 2 to 3 months since I had my little incident with a young lady's rear end and damaged the front of the Saab. It was the Saab who had the incident, not me. And basically just kind of like banana peeled the front bumper, so it's all the surface is gone, it's all scraped and looks pretty bad, totally unsellable. So I've been looking around the scrap yards and I found a Saab 9.3 that had been dropped in the yard 2 days ago. So I thought I'll go yesterday, get everything I need. In the pictures, the front end looked okay. I got there, and there was a kid who must have got there about 15 minutes before me, and he had the front bumper off. The front bumper was on the ground, and his tools were in the front bumper. Now, he was pulling the AC condenser off at that point, and I'm thinking, holy shit, he's already pulled the front bumper for me. He just wants the condenser. I'll just take the bumper. So I said to him, I was like, are you going to take the bumper as well? He was like, yeah. And I cannot explain how close that brought me to tears, because the scrapyard was over an hour away, down the 5, in traffic. It was just hideous to get there. And all the other scrapyards with 9.3s in were all further away, and the cars had been there longer, and front bumpers probably weren't there anymore. So I was like, fuck. So anyway, I needed a gear lever and a shift knob. I needed a seat base because the leather's torn on mine, and I needed a glove box. So I started doing that, and I'm halfway through turning the seat down. The kid comes up to me and goes, the bumper's too expensive for me, so would you like it? At which point I sprinted to the cashier and grabbed the bumper. So let me show you. And of course the front bumper that I got is absolutely perfect, but is one shade of grey away from mine. Mine's a 268 and this is a 269. So what I realised yesterday as well, another learning experience, I was wetting and drying with the Scotch-Brite pad. That. Now I always wet and dry because I want the paper to go as far as it will without clogging up, and using water's the best way. But that really makes a scourer, a Scotch-Brite pad, pretty ineffective. So I thought, I'll have a go dry, and it's just a million times better. So just anybody who wants to wet and dry with a Scotch-Brite pad, don't. Just do it dry, and then everything's scuffed. So I went a little deep on some of the stuff, so just plastic primed that, but it's all scuffed. So I'm going to put the adhesion promoter on now, and then start laying some 268 silver. Paint on the front bumper is done, and it is now baking in the exterior paint booth. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have all the mod cons here at Nathan's Garage. So there, it's pretty cool actually. The matte flake really comes out in the sun, but yeah, the finish is pretty awesome. Don't think it's going to be quite as shiny as OEM, but I'll tell you what, for as much as it costs, it is not bad at all. So I'm going to let that set for a couple of days now. I've got a couple of other jobs to do on the car. Okay, front bumper build up, and this is the old one. After my little moment, all broken. Just kind of like the other vehicle went across the front of the actual car and just kind of like peeled it. So there we have it. The front bumper is finished. And you can probably tell the sides, I didn't do the paint thick enough, so the darker grey does slightly come through, but whatever. And this is just to highlight the colour match. This cover is the original paint, and this is the respray bumper. So that is the level, I'm trying to get some angles of it, of the actual colour match, which is pretty much spot on. So there we go. Bumper repaired.